So this is going to be a commentary video about a 20 ruby life pulse. I'm going to watch it in a bit faster speed, like 1.5 times I think, and I'm just going to point out whatever I think myself is good to point out. I'm probably just going to go through everything. So at the start there's really 2 things to worry about, 3 things, unless you get overwhelmed by something. The first thing is going to be the big ground effect from the primal juggernaut, and obviously you just dodge that. Not a hard thing to see. The second thing is the tectonic slam you just saw going off there. That has to be stunned. Not as bad this week since it's tyrannical and not enraged, injured. But still stunned, it's a really wide damage on the entire party. The Flash Frost Chill Weavers are going to do 2 casts. One is going to be Ice Bolts. I opened the route because I was unsure. I've been unsure about my Ruby Life Pulse, like which pack is actually which and so forth. Chill Weavers are doing 2 casts. One that is always targeting you, and that is fast as fuck. So it's not a bad place to play with Mass Interrupt, for example. There's also another cheese with Mass Interrupt that I'm going to take out. The second cast the Chill Weavers are doing is a channel where they add shields to their friend. That's just... I could have gone more efficiently here. If it would have been faster, we would have taken the Primal Juggernaut with the previous pack. But he's not a big deal. We're just taking him now solo because we don't really want to take him with the Dragonkin. Dragonkin is also doing 2 abilities. One is going to be a frontal charge, which you do not want to stand in. And then there's like a slight tank buster, but it really doesn't do anything. You can see my HP doesn't drop even. First boss is a naughty one for sure, but there's ways to cheese the boss. What the first boss is going to do, I'm just going to put this in twice speed now a bit rather than cutting it later. What the boss is going to do is, first of all, he's going to cast like shards at you, which you can spell reflect, you can spell block, and shield wall, you know, just normal mitigation as well. But it's really good to spell reflect as many as you can, and spell block is actually a huge thing. You're just gonna see me get chugged here. I'm reflecting that one, then I'm going back to defensive stance. I'm probably shield walling now, I think, whenever I need to. Yeah, I did. And then I think I'm going to spell effect again. Oh, I spell blocked already. That was a bit early, but that's alright. You're just gonna see that spell block helps so fucking much. I'm not chugging down in HP whatsoever. So he's got two different like triggers. One is at like 75 or 70-ish%. I'm missing my reflect there. That is bad because we're talking about things in the game. He died now, and the thing he's going to do is he's spec'd into Wailing Arrow, and right after this cast the boss is doing a shield. So we want to silence that. I could also do it with my AoE taunt, but I missed it. It's really when, like, in that split second. I really have to rewatch this. I'm gonna go down on the speed here. It's when the whelps spawn. But I don't get how that is happening. But I think we can do that with mass taunt as well, but I failed. But it removes the shield completely because the boss is technically silenced. I'm pretty sure that's a bug and it's probably going to be fixed though. I should go back to defensive stance, and I did. And now I don't really have anything. I should use my trinket, but I'm not because there's a lot going on. I want to move away from this shit, and here we get, these should despawn soon. And There's also Chill Storm, which deals an AoE damage, drags you in. You gotta keep on running away, but be careful to not run too much, because when it ends you get pushed a bit the way you're running. So be careful to not run into the traps on the ground. Just going to speed this forward. There's nothing really to see. This is a fucking hard boss to heal. So if you've got any way of helping you heal, you should. This time he failed it, so we're just lusting now. Which made it more than fine. I'm spell blocking again. Like, spell block is actually such a fucking valuable talent to a lot of tank busters. I do strongly recommend playing it. We've got shield wall back up, and we used it. We could have used impending victory there as well, but we might as well maybe save it for now. It is fucking tough. You can see now I'm going to put normal speed, and you can see how much I'm actually chugging, getting chugged down. I'm not using my Ravager though. I'm just spamming whatever ability I can to try to get that little nod of leech. We're going right here. And we're actually going to end up killing the dragon, I think. Which ended up being a good thing as well. Okay, so this is like three things to care about. Burning Ambition is a buff on the mobs, but I can't really remember what they were doing. I think it's a haste buff. Haste by 50%, but also increases all damage taken by 25. So you know, it's your choice if you want to dispel it or not. The Flame Dancer deals a lot of fucking damage during the Flame Dance. We can pull that up as well. Strike the target for 15k every 1 second for 6 seconds, and then blast all players with flames they inflict. Yeah, it's a lot of damage to turn it. And before he dies, he's going to get a shield. I'm going to put this back to 1.5. Going to get a shield, which you can dispel, but be careful because there's going to be a circle on the ground, a small circle, and if you stand in that, you're fucking dead, man. You're fucking dead, mate. Not very big, like 5 yards, if not even on 3. I don't know, gents. What you can do here, there's a living bomb getting thrown off onto a player. What you can do is you can stand on the Flame Dancers to interrupt their cast, or the Cinderweaver as well. Not gonna do anything whatsoever towards the Destroyer. The Destroyer does 2-3 things to care about. Living Bomb, Inferno. Inferno is an AoE on the entire party. I think it leaves a nasty dot as well. IRC. And then when he dies, he's doing an AoE, which you want to run out of. It still takes damage from spells when it's up. It's basically that you're blocking spells. You know, it's kind of like shield block, but for spells. Well, these packs are just the same, you know. I think we can fast forward this part. I think he's going to be too close to the dragon, and we're going to accidentally pull it. Yeah, so we just end up playing it. We're saving all CDs, so there's 2 nasty things. This thing fucking saps me as a tank. At 50% he's going to kind of like slowly enrage. We'll go over his abilities real quick. So it's Fire Maw, tear into the target's Fire Fangs. So you're probably going to have to use all your defensives throughout this dragon. Second thing is, while below 50% health, the caster uses burning blood that inflicts fire damage to players within 6 yards every 2 seconds. Yeah, actually did. So you kind of like a slow enrage occurring, not slow, kind of like an enrage occurring at 50% or below, so you want to pop CDs then and kill it ASAP. I think just to not keep this video too long, and rather than cutting, just gonna jump forward a bit and play it in double speed. So since we killed that dragon, I mean we didn't want to kill it, we killed it as a mistake. Because someone else pulled it. We're going to shroud the next pack instead, the patrol pack, and then we're just going to wait for the Thunder Dragon. We're having this key is actually depleted, by the way, really unfortunately, but just shrouding to the next pack, killing them. Gonna fast forward through this pack, whatever. And we're waiting for the dragon. Next up is the boss. This boss was recently nerfed to reduce its own damage, no own health, and adds health. The boss fucking slaps. He's got an ability which does, I'm pretty sure it's fire damage, but we'll check it out. Searing blows. Kokia strikes the target 4 times over 3 seconds, inflicting 100% weapon damage and applying searing wound. Okay, so it's actually not fire damage. So it seems to be physical. No, I'm not too sure. I think there's something that makes that into fire damage. No. Oh well. There's that to worry about. Fucking hurts, man. You want to use a defensive on every single one that you possibly can. The ad spawns and there's a boulder to bait. You don't want to bait that boulder too close to any wall. It leaves a trail and then it's also going to explode at the end of its path. As there, you know. The ad spawns is going to detonate when he dies and leave a big puddle. Don't really want to try to save some room, but there is still plenty going this way. You also have to kick the ad, so that's a pretty big deal. And he's doing, you know, as the ads around the dungeon, he's doing Inferno as well. I think it's called Inferno, it might be called something different. Leaves a naughty dot. I hope I'm waiting with my thunderous roar for the other ad to spawn here. And I didn't. Wow, that's sad. I actually used it 5 seconds earlier. Should have saved it. As you can see, you know, I'm just dropping. But since it's a bleed, you can probably stone form it and so forth. Or you can probably stone form it mid stacks and reduce the damage you take from the next one. Just gonna keep on moving this way, and I think it might be a positive thing to actually kill the dragon on a higher key level, since you might want the room in the end. I'll answer after the video, gems. Just gonna skip forward a bit. Here it's a few things to worry about, really. The warriors are doing a thunderclap. Well, 3 things. I guess the primal Thunderlords, when their shield is gone, they're going to put a puddle on the ground, which they charge to and bounce to. Don't stand in that puddle. The warriors are doing a thunderclap, which can outrange pretty easily. As you can see, I just moved out of it there. I didn't move out of that one. but I am continuously trying. The Tempest channel is doing 2 casts, a bolt which you can reflect, not for too much. And then he does a Tempest channel, which is a huge ass AoE and deals a lot of damage to the party. The Flame channel is not as scary, you can just kick that. Doesn't really do too much, it feels like. We're kind of chilling here, as you can see our timer is really fucking fine, good. But we end up failing on the boss. This is just rinse repeat, the previous pack. The high channel Rivari does 3 things actually, a lightning bolt-ish which you can reflect. He spawns ads, a 4th thing. Then he's going to do a shield. If you don't kill this shield, you're fucking dead, man. And then his Tempest channel. Going to clear the rest of the thunderclouds as well, and I think our healer should be drinking during that. We're sending the boss, and on the boss we all agreed on to focus the dragon rather than the main boss. So we're focusing the dragon. It doesn't matter when you get one of them at 50. I think it's 50%, specific percentage at least. Technically you want to get both as low as possible, but once you get one at 50%, it's going to, dragon's going to come down, and Urquhart is going to mount the dragon. To mount it, man. Urquhart is doing 2 things. Actually don't know what that 3rd thing is. He's doing an AoE thundercloud now, interrupts whatever, but that interrupts whatever casts someone is doing in your party. He's doing a storm strike on you, which is a stacking debuff, increasing damage taken by X%. It's nasty, keep it off. And then winds have changed, so the winds that blow to each side. The dragon boss is doing 3 things. An Inferno Core right like now. As you can see, I got Inferno Core 3 seconds after. Well, first of all, it's a debuff on me. Deals damage. There's plenty of damage, bro. And then it drops 3 flame puddles around you, which if you move on them, you're going to get the same debuff again, and it's just going to spread more. These move as well, so you have to dodge them. And then he does his frontal. So our ranged DPS are still just pumping the dragon. Good morning, Habu. And just keep on going, and it's rinse repeat, rinse repeat. Now he's mounting the dragon, we're lusting, we're nuking the dragon. And at this point he's doing 3 of those Inferno Cores, I think they're called, which he was doing 1 of earlier. It's going to be a lot more, and it's a lot of damage. You can just see the party bouncing up and down, and there's a lot of movement going on. I die, and it's taking a bit of time for that quest to go through, which is no one's fault, you know. And we don't have another CR, and it's just me and the healer. Well, we're just finishing it as us 2. That is very unfortunate, honest. But it is what it is. No, can do it again. I think it's Ruby Life Pulses are pretty funky. But this is basically it. They might nerf it again, yeah. I think the dot damage is a bit much, maybe. Not much else to say about this. I think in this dungeon, spellblock is needed. Mass interrupt is a huge thing. In 30 seconds, we're getting, I think, our wall.
Random Poppy just subscribed.
It's very unfortunate though. Hey Pop, how you doing, man? Thank you for the 30-month resub, bro. As you can see, it's just dispelling me between each and every storm strike. It was a clean run, apart from this part. You know, it happened. A nasty place to heal. Haste crit, I'm using haste first. Eventually you're just gonna start taking a lot of damage. You don't want to take a lot of damage, right? We don't want that. Nope. That's a commentary on